Do you now know that Juan Bickerstaff came to your house while you were wearing a he was wearing a recording device?
I knew that. Yes, I knew that.
You know that now, or you knew that then?
Well, again, based on my prior military experience and JSO experience and not being an idiot, it was pretty obvious.
So back in December, I understand you don't know the specific date, but back in December of 2022, you suspected that your son was wearing a recording device? Yes.
Correct.
No?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Did he tell you he did?
No, sir.
And although you may have not been talking about the case, you did talk about the investigation where police officers came to your house and were asking questions about the 10 millimeter.
About weapons, and he asked in general weapons. I don't know that he asked about the 10 millimeter. He asked about where my guns were, who had them. And
what did you tell him?
A couple different things. In the beginning, I told him that I had no idea. He knew that I didn't have any idea. He kept pushing for saying they want to know where your guns are. They want to know who has them. So then I told him that somebody would get them to me by the 1st of January. And then I would make a call to ATF and tell them who had, or as soon as I knew who had them or where they were at, I would call ATF, something to that effect.
Okay, you've had the opportunity to listen to that recording.
That's correct.
And do you remember if he talked about starting to prepare for perhaps your arrest and helping his mother deal with that? Do you remember that's how the conversation began?
No.
You also remember that you told him that the only thing they cared about was the 10 millimeter.
I told him that?
Yes.
I don't remember saying that, no, sir.
And do you remember saying that it had been in your possession the entire time?
I don't recall saying that. Actually, I think that was one of the first things I said after I saw that he was pressuring me for more information.
Okay, so now you remember saying that the 10 millimeter has been in your possession the entire time.
I may have said that, yes, sir.
Was that the truth or a lie?
That would have been a lie.
To your law enforcement son?
That's correct.
Do you remember discussing that you felt law enforcement was concerned because of your relationship with Mario Fernandez? Do you remember that discussion?
No.
So the first thing you said is you've had it the whole time, but then do you explain to the jury what you remember about the second conversation where you said it was going to appear at the turn of the year?
I never said that in the beginning. In the beginning, I told him I didn't know where they were.
Okay. And then you said you had it the whole time. And then you said it was...
Somewhere during the conversation, I told him that I'd had them. Then I told him that somebody else had them and that they could produce them by January 1st.
Okay, so those are the three things. First, you said you didn't know. I'm leading just to try to make it quick. Second, you said that you've had it the whole time. And then third, you said it's going to appear on January 1st.
Correct.
Did you tell your son that you were going to call law enforcement when it would reappear?
Yes.
And this conversation would have been before January 25th of 2022.
Before, no, 2022.
This would have been, after 2022. Sorry, I said it wrong.
Holy crap. Yes.
Do you remember telling your son that you told law enforcement that Steve from the Georgia Hunting Club had the gun?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you remember telling your son that Steve from the Hunting Club had the gun?
No.
Do you remember apologizing to your son that you had put him in this position?
Yes.
Do you remember telling your son that you wouldn't tell him why he had to wait until January 1st to find out where that gun was?
I remember saying something when he asked me why January 1st or something along those lines. I responded. I don't know how I responded. I don't know the words I used.
Was that a fair?
No, it's not fair. I don't remember.
Would you want to listen to that wire to refresh your memory?
You can try. The wire was pretty crappy. I helped you guys pick out some of the words before. We can, if you want to.
Okay, well, we may do that at the appropriate time. Okay.
Okay.
Were you telling the truth to your son in this conversation?
Initially, yes.
And then what changed?
I wasn't telling the truth. That's what changed.
Do you remember when Detective Lamont came to your house?
No, Detective Lamont, I don't know. I'm terrible with names.
You remember when Jacksonville Beach scheduled a meeting with you and you said, what?
If you're talking about when I was working at the school, like 4 years ago, yes. Yes, I remember.
You remember scheduling it for the next day?
No, I remember being contacted. I remember they came to the house in the morning as I was leaving to go to work, and they asked me if they could come back in the afternoon, and I said yes. And then I think that afternoon they contacted me, asked me to go down to the station, which I did at nighttime in the evening. I think it was the same day. I don't think it was the next day.
Regardless, in the meantime, you met with Mario Fernandez.
No. That day? No.
In between when you were asked to meet with Jack's Beach and the time you met with him?
No.
Okay. Do you remember deleting things off of your phone in between those two events?
No, sir.
So if the records show that, they would be wrong.
I don't remember them. I delete stuff all the time, sir.
Okay. Did you ever receive a courtesy call from the defendant about Henry Tenon's arrest?
No.
No.
Not that I remember, no, sir.
Do you recall making a statement to law enforcement that Mario Fernandez contacted you and gave you a courtesy call to tell him he might get questioned?
Told me he had been questioned, that the new tenant at the home I was working on at Potomac might be questioned, and that I might be questioned as well.
Okay, so you do remember.
I remember, yes, sir.
Who is Fred Barton?
Fred Barton was an acquaintance for at least a couple of years, retired sergeant from Jacksonville Beach Police Department.
And your relationship back in 2016, did you have a fine relationship with him?
I don't remember 2016. I don't know how it was. I don't remember.
You remember your gun cabinet going over to Fred Barton's house?
No.
It never did?
I don't recall it going to Fred's house. I can't say it never did, but I don't recall it.
What happened to your gun cabinet?
I don't know. That's where the ammunition was stored and the weapons, everything, family heirlooms, compound bow, all that stuff was there.
And that cabinet is on the porch of your house right now?
No, it's down in a landfill somewhere. After ATF inspected it, I chunked it out in trash because it was a piece of junk.
Okay, so ATF did go to your house and see your junky gun cabinet.
That one, as well as another one I told them I had, wasn't a gun cabinet. It was just like a document safe in my closet. I showed them that one as well.
Okay, but what you put into a landfill was the cabinet that stored all your firearms and your ammunition.
Previously, yes.
And you never know where that went? How it got back to your house?
I don't think it ever left the house, sir. It had gardening tools in it.
So the inventory that you gave your probation officer listed 20 firearms. You agree with that?
No, I don't. It's 20 different weapons. They're not all firearms, I don't believe.
Fair enough. What did you do with them?
What did I do with them? Yeah, I inventoried them. We stockpiled them in the living room. I think I gave them the middle finger because I was so upset about having to surrender my weapons, and I left the room and went to bed.
Okay. Where did they go?
I don't know where they went, sir.
Do you think the probation officer took them?
A probation officer or JSO, whoever picked them up.
So is it your testimony that you think that JSO or the probation officer stole your firearms?
I don't think they stole them. I believe that was part of the process, either that or U.S. Marshals. Since I was on probation and had to interact with U.S. Marshals several times.
And your son Wong was there, was he?
Previously stated, yes, sir. He was there. He helped me with the inventory.
Do you think he took them?
Do I think my son took my firearms? No, I don't think he took those. Only the one that I told you about.
Glock.
The Glock 40 millimeter, yes, sir.
So the 19, you don't believe your son took?
If that's the 10 millimeter that you're asking me about?
Asking about all 19 other things documented on that list.
Oh, the other 19 things. No, sir. My son didn't take those. I'm sure of that.
But you don't know where they are or where they went?
I have no idea where they went. I have no idea where they are. No, sir.
And did you ever go to Fred Barton's house to drop off your gun cabinet and then pick it up a week later?
No, sir.
Are you aware of your son and his law enforcement duties in Texas had a burglary into his vehicle?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Are you aware that your son, while he was a law enforcement officer, had a burglary into his vehicle?
Into his undercover vehicle, that's correct.
You were aware of that?
I have been made aware of that, yes, sir.
And you're aware that he listed several firearms that were stolen?
No, I'm from Miss Stifler. I believe there was only one that I was told about.
Okay. Are you aware that he took more than one firearm of yours that he says you gave him?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Mr. Biggerstaff, would you get in trouble if you possessed a firearm or ammunition at this point in your life?
Yeah, that's correct. It's against the law.
Your Honor, that's all the questions I have at this particular time.
All right, let me check in with the jurors. Is everyone okay? Okay, you may proceed. Cross.
Good morning, Mr. Biggerstaff.
Good morning, Mr. Reiser.
You doing okay?
I'm hanging in there, sir.
You and Mr. Fernandez have had a relationship since he was in high school, correct?
Correct.
And when you were healthy, you worked out together. You said that, right?
That's correct.
And when he would go away on deployment, you weren't sending him care packages or anything like that. You weren't that close, correct?
No, sir.
And then if he came back, you guys would talk, work out, chat from time to time, correct?
Correct.
Okay. During those chats, did Mr. Fernandez ever talk nasty about his wife's ex-husband?
No.
Did he ever tell you he wanted to kill him?
No, sir.
Did he ever tell you he wanted to hurt him?
No, sir.
Did he ever seem really frustrated, like he was going to do something to him, or he was unhinged about his wife's ex-husband?
No.
Never got that impression, right?
No, the only frustration he ever shared was the tension between the two of them and over children and his new fatherhood.
And I want to ask you a question that the government didn't ask you. And if you don't understand my question, you tell me, because I'm going to try to make it as simple